We will line up now to, let me get this up and going. All right, let's go ahead and get going at this time. Happy Black History Month. Good afternoon. Welcome to What's the 401 Wednesday for February 16th, 2022. Your facilitators are Ms. Long and
I am Ms. Small.
Here's our agenda for today. Please adhere to our Zoom norms. We also provided our Zoom norms in Spanish.
Gracias.
De nada. And now we have our greetings from our administrator.
Welcome everybody to the What's the 411. This meeting, it provides a lot of information, everything that's going on at Dorsey High School. As you know, we are celebrating Black History Month, and we are on a mission to become a BSAP school, a model BSAP school, that is. And we are almost here to actually start working on receiving our WASC teams. I know that we are getting reviewed this year, and I'm 100% sure that we are going to get our 6-year WASC accreditation for this year, as well as our magnet schools as they get reviewed. And Ms. Jackson is here, and maybe she can talk to you just a little bit about that. But I am very confident that we are doing such a great job. We're doing the best that we can to make sure that this is happening, that everybody is aware. And we're working, and thanks to all of the stakeholders for providing their opinions, for giving us feedback, we are getting much better. So thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Long.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Malta. Next, we will hear from our Parent Center reps, Mama Dorsey and Mrs. Paredes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to faculty and staff and our wonderful parents that are here. First of all, I would like to say thank you, Andrea, for doing these beautiful flyers for us. We truly, truly appreciate it. Parents, tomorrow evening, it is our Dorsey High School Black History Month program, and the theme of it is Black Health and Wellness, and we're going to have the principal's message. Also, we're going to have a beautiful, wonderful BSAP presentation, and with the presentation, one of the main participants that helped to, I would say, I might be using the wrong word, but I'll say create BSAP Marche. She's going to be one of our featured speakers. So we will be showing the video that we all already have, plus some other wonderful information. Also, we're going to have job information. We're also going to discuss with you about the parent portal, volunteer information. Ms. Paredes, anything else?
Yeah, we're also gonna have some information about the college centers and some news about Dorsey that are not showing here, but we're gonna let you know.
So please come on Thursday. Oh, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And Shamika, we did a mailing. Did you receive your letter in the mail?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. And so parents, we'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good information. So hopefully you'll be there. All you got to do is go to the flyer on the website, dorseydowns.org, and click, and you will enter into the meeting. We can't wait to see you, Dorsey Pride.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you, our Parent Center directors. We truly appreciate you both. Next up, our magnet coordinator, Mrs. Jackson Boykins.
Greetings, parents and Dorsey faculty. It's good to be here again today First, before I begin the magnet updates, I would just like to extend a heartfelt apology to our parents for not communicating with you and announcing our honor roll assemblies, our 3 assemblies that we had last week. I truly apologize that you weren't given the information in time. I know, although due to the COVID, we weren't able to invite you, but my heart is with you. And in the future, it will be a priority to make sure that parents, you are in the loop, any type of assemblies that we're hosting. And I'll just update you now. We're scheduled for March the 10th, which is an in-house assembly for our 10th graders. We will be hosting a what we call a progress monitoring meeting. That's where we inspire our 10th graders to stay on course for graduation. We provide resources such as their transcript, which is reviewed by our own magnet counselor, Mrs. Brown. We provide other resources to support and excuse me, and inspire our students. So that is scheduled for March 10th. And I will be sending you a newsletter and including a link for Magnet Parent Survey that we feature in our annual evaluations each year. So at that time, you can express positive and, your comments about the magnets. And that may include the honor roll assembly, but I understand and I welcome your feedback. Just some updates for the magnets. Senior portfolios. Also would like to clarify some misperceptions regarding our senior portfolio, which senior portfolios have been in existence for our seniors since I've been at Dorsey for the past 18 years. However, it remained a staple in the magnet and it continued. And so as a magnet coordinator, I have just continued to support the vision and the mission that was already in place when I began. I'd like to say thank you to Mrs. Long, who has been an advocate and a strong support of our senior portfolios. She has created a video for our students to review over and over. She has been instrumental in hosting the Zoom meetings to inspire our students to work towards completing the senior portfolio. But the misperception I want to clarify for you today is that the senior portfolio will not prevent or interfere with any magnet senior privilege to participate in graduation. It is a tool that we use for our students for post-high school to be successful after high school, whether they're going straight into college and they can use it at college for scholarships or for clubs, for acceptance to clubs. They can use it as well as just demonstrating their high school career, the work that they've done in high school. So it includes job resumes, personal statements, their certificates, their work samples. And we began reviewing this expectation in the 9th grade with our magnet students. And each year we go over it. And unfortunately, if you're new to Dorsey, during your senior year, this task can be overwhelming. However, we are willing to support our students as we always do. And this year, especially living through a pandemic where we're all adjusting to different challenges, we will not hold that task of completing that senior portfolio in terms of graduation for our seniors, but we strongly recommend and will support all seniors who would like to complete the portfolio. The magnet purchases an actual portfolio for each magnet student. And upon graduation, we issue it to them that includes their high school diploma. So we did, as we did last year, we didn't have it interfere with graduation. The same will occur for this year. So just wanted to make sure I take some time and clarify that for any parents. At the end, if there's time, I will entertain any questions you may have. Also would like to talk about a magnet parent survey that I'll be sending out, as well as review one of our magnets will be experiencing a compliance audit. It's nothing new to our sports medicine and law magnet, but it is a very intense process. That's where the magnet student integration, from the district comes and reviews the total sports medicine and law magnet. And the reason why we're being audited is because they measure us based on our attendance, our students' performance on the Smarter Balance, the SBAC for English and math, as well as our enrollment in our students' enrollment percentages for an advanced placement course. So those students that are in magnet, that are enrolled into AP World History, that is a part of our magnet to ensure that we are in compliance with the magnet barometers. And so parents, we just want to ask you for your support as we go through this process. And what are we asking you to do? Just asking you to, demonstrate that Dorsey pride as you always continue to do, and send your students to school and complete that magnet survey. And we thank you for making Dorsey your choice. That completes my segment. I know it was lengthy, but I just wanted to provide the information. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next slide, please. We will now hear from our A through G counselors, Ms. Carter and Ms. Flanoro.
Hello, everyone. The announcements from the counseling office and also from the A through G department, your spring 5-week report, 5-week grade progress reports will be mailed out on Wednesday. So parents, we just want to encourage parents and guardians. We just want to encourage you to speak to your son or daughter regarding their 5-week progress for the spring semester. Also, credit recovery. Local District West credit recovery courses will be offered in addition to our own personal local school design credit recovery. So students will have more than one option, and they actually have a abundance of options to recover any type of credits that they need to for classes that they need to attempt again for a higher grade or to recover the credits. So Dorsey's credit recovery for spring, our anticipated start date will be March 7th. So parents, please encourage students again to monitor their Schoology accounts and their emails for additional information for credit recovery. As we've done in the previous semester and last year, we are going to provide the students with a Google link for them to go ahead and self-initiate their registration for credit recovery, but they're going to receive the link because we know that they need to recover a course. So we just want to, have our students take a little bit more accountability, be a little bit more involved with that process. So parents, again, please encourage your students to monitor their Schoology accounts and respond accordingly. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ms. Carter, the other A through G counselor. I just wanted to remind parents that we are available and have virtual office hours, not just the A through G counselors, but you'll see our other support staff. Due to COVID, parents are not allowed to come on campus like in the past. So we do want you to know that we still are available. These virtual office hours, as well as the links, it's posted on the homepage of the Dorsey Don's website. So you would just go to the flyer and click, just click on the page for the time and date for the person that you would like to speak with. So please know that we are available always through phone calls, emails, but also virtually. And we're all available about 2 days a week. So we still want to communicate with you and to know how we can help you or your child. So please go to dorseydons.org to look for the schedule of the virtual office hours. Thank you.
I see Ms. Paredes has a question.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Ms. Carter, I was, you know that we are having the parent empower meeting tomorrow. Is it possible that we can have maybe this flyer or something that we can show the parents tomorrow and let them know about the credit recovery and that they're gonna receive the 5 weeks,
Yeah,
5 weeks.
report.
Progress report.
Yes,
Absolutely. We can email it to
Okay.
you.
thank you, thank you.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Carter.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and thank you, our A through G counselors. Next up, our EL and testing coordinator, Ms. Broussard.
All right, hi everyone. I'm currently subbing a class. So I'm going to keep my video off, but I do still have a few announcements. In terms of testing, we want to make sure that parents are aware. Dorsey will be giving the school day SAT on March 23rd. This is for all 11th graders, and testing will happen through advisory classes. Mr. Robles in the College and Career Center has all sorts of resources for studying. He has people coming in from everywhere that can help students study. So if there are any 11th graders who need help with studying for that SAT on March 23rd, please make sure they reach out to Mr. Robles. We also want to make sure parents are aware of the date of the end of the year ESPA, that California state test that is oh so important. Again, this is just for 11th graders. They're going to take math, English, and science from 425 to 429. I know it's in the future, but we want to make sure everyone knows. 12th graders, so because they didn't take science last year as 11th, unfortunately, they have to take it this year, according to the state. So 12th graders will be taking that science test for the state. And for any of our English learners, they will be taking the very important test called the LPAC starting 3/21. So parents of students who are learning English, we will be testing them on the LPAC 3/21 to 5/6. The two parent meetings that we have coming up are the newcomer parent meetings on Wednesday, February 16th. So this is for any EL parent who is English learner parent who is new to the country, new to Dorsey. We would love to see you today at 6:30. And then our budget meeting for school site council will be March 10th at 6 p.m. And for both of those, that Zoom link is on the website. I see Ms. Harris's question. Does it impact graduation taking the 12th grade science exam? No, it does not impact graduation. It is considered one of those end of the year state assessments. So it can, if you opt in, it can go on the transcript. But at that point, hopefully he is accepted into a college with multiple scholarships, and it will, you won't really need that score. Dorsey will need it. Dorsey will definitely love to take his score and show how great he is at science. So we will see it on our Dorsey end, right? But it will not impact graduation or anything like that. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next, we will hear from our college counselor, Mr. Robles.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just here to promote some of the stuff that we have going on regardless of FAFSA application and the CATA application. It's a race to submit. The district is really pushing students and us as faculty to get as many applications in as possible. And we want to make sure we offer this to our students and make sure we have the time and space for them to come in and submit these very important applications. So our first deadline is March 2nd. So the real importance behind that deadline is we want to make sure they're eligible to receive Cal grants, right? So after March 2nd, they're still able to apply for financial aid, but they won't be included in the Cal grant pool. So then that's why it's a big push. We're about a week and a half away, and we're trying to make every availability possible for them to come in and do the FAFSA. So last Saturday we had a FAFSA workshop. 2 Saturdays before that we had a FAFSA workshop with not a lot of high turnout. I understand it's a Saturday, it's hard to get students out, but I'm also making myself available on Mondays through Zoom. So if students have the time, there's the Zoom link that students can log on from 3 3:42 to 5 p.m. I'll be there answering any kind of type of questions they have. If they have a problem on a certain question, or if they're having trouble accessing their parents' information, I can help them walk through those situations. We're also having students in person. So we know Tuesday's a short day for students. So we don't want them taking too much of their time, or since it gets late soon, we thought there'd be a perfect opportunity for them to come in to the College Center and ask us any questions that they need in person. So we're available on Monday through Zoom. We're available on Tuesdays in person. And throughout the day, if students have time or have any questions, me and Mariela are here at the College Center ready to help students fill out that application. Questions, comments, concerns?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Robles.
Thank you.
Next up, we have our athletic director and dean, Mrs. Newbill.
Good afternoon, Dorsey family, as well as our parents. I wanted to share that we do want to congratulate all of our winter sports for making it to the playoffs, our girls soccer, our boys soccer, our girls basketball, as well as boys basketball. We continue participating in postseason. The girls will be taking on Taft today at 4 p.m. and the boys will be taking on Sylmar tomorrow in basketball, both teams at Sylmar tomorrow. So congratulations, Dons and Donnas, for making it to the postseason. As we wrap up a couple of seasons, our fall, we will be having and hosting a football banquet. Date is to be determined, but wanted to make sure that if you have a student athlete that is a football player, please check in with them. The coaches will let them know the date and location. Also, we want to highlight, we have a scholarship, a DDP scholarship that was created by some former athletes at Dorsey High School, and wanted to make sure that student athletes applied to that. The information is on Schoology. As we move forward into the spring, we want to encourage any students that may be interested in our spring sports. We have track and field coming up. We have softball, baseball, as well as golf, if we're able to completely fill the program, and tennis. So if there are students that are interested this spring, we do have sports available. We are pending working with our team with THE Clinic. We are looking for new dates, so we are pending on that. So look forward to looking at the page for updates when we will reschedule dates in which they can do physicals. So, and I think that's it for us. Go Dons. And one last thing, we will be partnering up with the College Center, College Career Center, to do and host a NCAA clearinghouse workshop. Tentatively, we have one date set. However, we will finalize it and you'll have some dates for you next time we meet. And last, we will have physicals being provided by Team Hill. The date is also to be determined. So go Dons.
We have a raised hand, Ms. Paredes.
It's not raised. I'm sorry. I was hitting stuff. I'm trying to.
Okay, no
put
worries.
it down.
We'll move
Sorry.
forward.
Okay, thank you.
Our community school coordinator, Ms. Walker Dean.
Hello, everyone. I just want to announce that one of our partners has finally come to campus. Our Study Smart tutors started this week. I'm not sure if everyone remembers, we wanted to get more adults on campus to support our students. So we have 4 tutors who will be in the classrooms to support students in math, science, language arts, and social studies. 2 of our tutors are bilingual. All of our tutors are college graduates, and this is one of our partners or one of our vendors who have begun just to support teachers and to support students so that everyone can get to grade level and perform well on these assessments. So that has actually started this week. And we have a gardening club on campus. So if you are into gardening, please reach out to Mr. Barrow or to myself, and we are going to beautify the campus a bit more. Okay, so that's our focal point. And those are the only announcements that I have right now. I'm also going to put into the chat the community school mapping tool, which is an ongoing thing. What I really want to know is, what do you have to contribute to the school? What skills do you have? What programs do you know of that were successful for you or for your family or for your children? What should we know? What should I go and investigate and bring into the school? And what assets does the community have that can support us at the school? So I'm going to put the bit.ly link for the community school mapping tool into the chat. Please fill that out. This is for everyone. And if you have any questions, just email me or write the question into that bit.ly link. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Walker-Dean. Next, we will have a highlight from BSAP, Ms. Shipley and Mr. Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm on Ms. Panchel's Zoom. And my BSAP announcement for today, BSAP presents critical conversations. So Mr. Wilson and I are going into classrooms during the advisory, and we're hosting critical conversations. This month, we are in Ms. Dill's advisory, and our topic is teen dating violence. February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Can you go to the next slide, Ms. Small? So just for your parents, some teen dating violence facts. It can look like physical violence, sexual violence, psychological aggression, and stalking. It is common among our high school students and can often be normalized behavior. So we are having conversations about how to recognize it and what to do if you are experiencing it, or if you know someone who is experiencing it. And we do want to encourage you to talk to your students about healthy dating habits. Next slide. Here's some helpful resources. Love is Respect, National Teen Dating Abuse Helpline. The phone numbers are listed here if you just want to call and get some input about how to have that conversation with your student. And then Ms. Panchal and I are located in the Wellness Center here at Dorsey, and our emails and phone numbers are listed below. If you want to refer your student to speak with one of us, or if you have questions about, again, how to have this conversation with your student. And we look forward to having more of these critical conversations. And those are our announcements for today.
Thank you. Next slide, please. I'm actually going to invite Mr. Morgan. I'm sorry, 1 second. We are having Black History weekly trivias on campus. We are encouraging students to follow BSAP's Instagram page. That's BSAP_Dorsey. We are putting facts on every single day with questions. So they are to collect the facts and the answers throughout the week. And we do have trivia and prizes that are taking place every Friday in the Magnet Quad area. Next slide, please. So we mentioned last What's the 411 that we are highlighting our seniors that have been accepted to colleges. If you have a senior, or if you are a senior that is watching this a little later, contact Ms. Long or myself about where you have been accepted. That way we can highlight you on What's the 411. With that being said, next slide, please. We would like to highlight Colin Harris first. Colin has been accepted into all of the colleges that are listed below. There's about 18 of them so far, and there are more coming in. And this is before the Black College Expo, if he is going. So we are very proud of Colin. Congratulations to him as well as his family. Next slide, please. And now I'm actually going to have Mr. Morgan speak on the Black College Expo.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so BSAP, the Black Student Achievement Plan, will actually be coordinating. We've been coordinating the Los Angeles Black College Expo that's coming up this Saturday. It's going to be at the convention center, and it's from 10 to 3. We will be providing transportation. So students have been informed. We have passed out several field trip slips, but we do need those trip slips back with parent consent if the students are interested in participating. I know it's on Saturday. People have other things they want to do, but this is the best college expo for the year. It's not just an HBC thing. So there is some confusion. People always assume the Black College Fair is just for historical Black colleges. It is every educational institution will be there. So you will have Cal States, UCs, HBCUs, private schools such as Pepperdine, Chapman, USC, community colleges. They will also have some of the trade schools. So if someone's interested in going into cosmetology, some of those cosmetology schools will be there. There's information there about scholarships. And one of the biggest takeaways I've seen happen for several years is that students actually go there and they walk away with college acceptances. They will accept students on the spot. They do look for students' transcripts to be able to make a quick overview. But if they meet certain requirements, they will give them a preliminary acceptance to some universities there on the spot. So this is a big thing. Like I said, there's booths there to go over scholarships, how to prepare for certain things. There's all types of organizations there. It's the other thing too, is it's a misconception that it's just for seniors. This is for every grade level. It's never too early to start and leave an imprint for our students so they can get an idea and get an opportunity to really speak to some of the schools and get information to help prepare for their transition out of high school. So please, 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 we definitely want to encourage our students to go. Like I said, it's free transportation. We have space for about 45 students. All we need is a trip slip, which guarantees them a spot on the bus. If they're not able to make it to the bus, we still have tickets available, but they will have to be responsible for their own transportation. And meals are not included, so they will be responsible for providing their own meals. But like I said, this is a great opportunity. There's a variety of seminars, workshops, direct contact with some of the biggest schools in the country. And it's just a great opportunity for students to really really connect and really have some ideas to how they want to plan their transition out of high school. So please, please, please bring these trip slips back. I have them here in my office, drop them off in Mr. Morgan's office. The BSAP team will be chaperoning this event on Saturday. So we will arrive, we will be leaving somewhere between 9 and 9:30 on Saturday and returning back at about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And that's it.
There's one question from our parent center.
Yes, hi, Mr. Morgan. And maybe I didn't hear this. Do the students know to have their transcripts, letter of recommendation and stuff like that, their SAT scores, because they could be admitted on site? Do they know what to have in their folder or whatever when they go?
Yes, so for every student that we met with, that we gave the field trip slips, yes, we did remind them, and I can even provide them with some as soon as I know I've gotten confirmation that they're attending. We recommend they bring at least minimum 2 transcripts, just because, like I said, there's some that may accept on the spot. They may want to look at certain information for scholarships. Some of the scholarships may have a GPA requirement. Some of them want to know, if you've had reference to certain career paths that they might be interested in. So they definitely want to see those transcripts. But I definitely recommend at least 2, if not more. I've seen where students brought 10 transcripts, just because there's a whole plethora of different schools that, the opportunity is there for them to get a first look and get a direct conversation with some of these admission reps at these schools.
Thank you. Oh, and just for folks that, I just want everybody to know on this Zoom that we always had a student at the Los Angeles Black College Expo to win the scholarship that they have. And so many of our babies have gotten accepted on site. So it's such a wonderful experience. And thank you so much for providing this for our babies this weekend. Dorsey Pride.
Thank you, BSAP. So additional announcements. I do want to remind you, if your child is doing community service, we want them to log in their hours so that we can acknowledge them towards the end of the semester. So the QR codes are located on the screen. We have one for the 8600, and then we have one for the magnet schools. So QR codes are there. Also, there is a contest that is being conducted district-wide during Black History Month. So the information is here. You can also reach out to me if you want further information on the contests that they have going. And again, we do want to just remind you that we do have a WASP visit coming up March 13th through the 16th, which we are preparing for. Any questions or further concerns?
Ms. Long, can I just make one quick announcement? I think there was a comment in the chat box about incentive for our students completing the FAFSA. I just wanted to mention that the LA County Office of Education, for our students that are in foster care, they're being provided an incentive of a $50 Amazon card if they complete their FAFSA application. So I know that is one incentive provided to our foster youth. And I just wanted to say thank you to BSAP, and I think it's Ms. Small that manages the BSAP Instagram, and it's always full of great information. All of our Instagram has a lot of great information, but I just know it's every day, it's always something new. So thank you to Ms. Small and any other BSAP member that keeps the Instagram page updated. It's really good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions or concerns at this time?
Is it possible to repost that credit recovery slide? Or yeah.
And did you have a specific question regarding credit recovery?
I do actually. My question is not particular to my my child. Of course,
Okay, that's fine.
What I wanted to know is it too late for seniors who still need to improve their grades to take the spring credit recovery, you know, in order to make a difference? Is it too late, or, I mean, do you just gear that towards 11th graders, or can a senior still participate in that to make a difference on their GPAs and their transcript?
Thank you. That's a great question. And no, it's not too late for seniors. So like Ms. Lenore said, there are many credit recovery opportunities. There's through Local District West, there's adult school, as well as the local design that we will offer here at Dorsey High School. Our credit recovery will start Monday, March 7th, but those students that need to recover a grade, they need to speak with their counselor to get the information, get the application. Depends on which one they're going to do. If it's adult school, it's an application, but no, it is not too late for any of our students to take credit recovery for spring. So that's
okay.
So if the counselor is not available, they can, the parent can join virtual hours, or they can send the parent can send the counselor a Schoology message or an email or phone call.
Ms. Harris, sorry, Ms. Carter, if I can
Go
join
ahead.
in. I think that's a loaded question, right? So in terms of if there's a class missing that they need to make up to graduate, that's never too late, and we got to get them in there as quickly as possible. Okay. But if it's just strictly to improve their GPAs, to improve their chances to get into college, that's a whole other different conversations, because a lot of colleges have sent their admissions response already. And then that process will be too late. And for other colleges, they don't really accept students through the summer. So that's still available for that particular university. So it's a case by case in terms of what college you're talking about. And that I would recommend that you and or that student go into those Zoom meetings with the college counselor just to get advice, more specific advice in terms of what we're talking about.
Right.
Thank you for clarifying, Mr. Robles.
Yeah. It's like if they have a D, my understanding is they should try to improve that grade. That's what I mean. Like if they have a C, that's something different, but I don't do D's in LAUSD not count, or wasn't sure of.
I think, and again, like Mr. Robles said, this is Ms. Norman, the other A through G counselor, because it can be so, because what you're saying, because we can't see it, we can kind of give you general information, but it might be misinformation for a particular student. So it would be a lot better if we knew specifically, not on this, this
Right,
411,
right,
but
right.
who the student is, because there might be other variables that might play play a factor into them recovering that class. If, recovering it, will that even make a difference? Because we have to look at everything and the types of courses that they took. So we wouldn't want to, like Ms. Carter said, that information is general for high school diploma completion and go. But once you start talking about colleges, because there's some idiosyncrasies, it gets a little bit more, it's a little bit more tiered, a tiered approach. So coming to Mr. Robles's Zoom hours or after school on any of those Tuesdays or Mondays would be best for those individual students that need a little bit more.
Okay. My other question is for the GDP scholarship. Is that only for football, or can track? Can you, if you run in track, can you?
It's for Dorsey students. Dorsey students.
Okay. I think that was all my questions.
Okay, so if there are no further questions at this time, we're going to close our session today for What's the 411 Wednesday. And as we close out, we always end with, we just can't hide.
Dorsey
Pride. Everyone take care.
Okay, Andre,
Thank you.
can you stay on?